Hello, my lovely Libras. It's another week and it's Mercury time, and for whatever reason I can't talk even though it's direct. So let's see how this is going to go. They call me Dharma, and this is going to be a intuitive tarot sort of spread for about 7 days from whenever you watch this, and this is intended for Libras and Libra cross watchers. So for those of you who have been watching, my house is coming together. I'm very excited. I got my studio back. I've got some sage going on. Things are looking up. So I'm hoping that's the vibe for all of my Libra friends here. So just move my sage out of the way, way out of the way. Okay. So calling in guides, calling in angels. Wow, that's like right in front of the camera. You guys know how I feel about bulk sage. I love it. It's just, it burns really a little too well sometimes. Okay. Calling in guides, calling in angels, calling in anyone from the highest good that has a message to come out for the week ahead for Libra and Libra cross watchers. What do we have for Libra and Libra cross watchers for the week, please? There's one. I just saw the Ace of Swords, so if that comes back out, we're going to take it. Two. We don't want to shuffle today. I also saw the Knight of Rods. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Temptation. So there is a chance that this week we may take a bite of the forbidden fruit. Take a bite. Look what happens when you take a bite. It's a big heart. And it's your treasure there, right? You know, temptation isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes we're tempted to do things that we are afraid that they're going to hurt us. And I think that's important. And look at that. Underneath that was the victory card. So this is the bottom of the deck. This is the foundation. This is what is going to hold up the rest of the reading. Sometimes I explain it as this is what's like in the background and what we're really thinking about, and then what comes out on the board is like what we let other people see in our lives, but this is our thought. So there either is going to be, or this is what we want. We want someone to be tempted to come to us, or vice versa, whatever. But the point is that for the week ahead, one of the main messages is that there's going to be some heavy temptation involved. And I like this deck. This is called The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And this isn't the devil. It's temptation. It's temptation to do something that could go either way, basically. But with this paired with the Six of Rods, I mean, this is something. And look at her. She does have blackish wings, this little angel here, but she's so happy. She's like, oh, she has this aura of, I love this temptation. This is the greatest temptation in the whole world, and I'm actually very, very glad that I went for it. Okay? So what else do we have coming out? Oh, we have patience. So I think that for a lot of Libras, there has been a waiting game. Likely with someone that they've been tempted by, right? And it's been on, off, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. But there's like a knowing. Or like a spiritual, this is mine. And if they would just be tempted, or it would just be tempted to come toward me. I mean, it could be a job, it could be anything. However this works for you, but with that big fat stinking heart right there, you know, and my readings tend to be a little lovey-dovey. But we're being called to have patience, okay? But we also have the Nine of Air in reverse. And with these two cards next to each other, I think this is like a spiritual call, like, calm down. because this thing that you really want is a victory. It's just, you know, sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. And if you're playing cat and mouse with somebody, it's frustrating, particularly when you have this additional 5D intuition that it is supposed to be. But waiting on divine timing is maddening. It just is. You know, that's what my stag thing is all about. When I took on the stag as my spirit animal, the main medicine or the main message that I got from it was patience. And I was like, well, you need to hurry up with your lesson already. And clearly we still have a little work to do, which is why I tattooed it right there, because I get real, you know, and then I look down, I'm like, oh snap, you know, I need to simmer. But so the 9 of air upright is what? It's way too many thoughts stabbing you in the brain, keeping you up at night. What about this? What about that? Oh, what if this? And I shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have done that. But when it comes in reverse, it's like, I think this is a call to let go of the knowing and just accept that it's coming. And then like have patience and go like do things, you know, the guitar, whatever. Do whatever you need to do, because if you have the divine knowing and it's calling for a victory, then there's nothing to worry about. It's just you have to wait for divine timing. You literally can't, yikes, you literally can't force spirit to do anything, or the universe, or whatever. These two came out together. So we have the 3 of fire and the King of Cups in reverse. So I want to talk about, so the King of Cups, I mean, yeah, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but there's so many friggin' birth charts that doesn't matter. The King of Cups is the one that's the love. Okay, this is where this is the guy or the partner or whatever, or girl, if this is vice versa. But this is the one who holds your cup of love. Like he's got a cup in his hand and you dumped your emotion into it. And he's reversed. And I'm kind of getting this image of like you dumping it in, then him dumping it out. And then you dumping it back in, and him dumping it out. But I want to be like, it's shaky. And it's not shaky because he doesn't want it. I think it's shaky. I think he's fucking scared. Because you're not the only one with the divine knowing. This big, loud temptation, this thinking all the time, this all of these extra swords, that is, I want to talk about like the law of attraction and calling out for the soulmate. And when you're thinking about someone hard, they're probably thinking about you too. It's just, whoa. Why? And why is this? And did you put a spell on me? And like, you know, it's real like whatever. But at the same time, you have the 3 of rods upright. Yes, we're waiting. But the difference in this deck is that this critter doesn't wait on the shore for the ships to come in. They get in their own damn boat and they drive over to whatever that they're wanting. So yeah, we're having patience. But I think that with the King of Cups in reverse, we're talking about like for the cross watchers, I don't sugarcoat shit, okay? So don't get salty with me. But we're kind of talking about a broken man. And it's not that he's broken because there's something wrong with him. I think he's broken because every time he had that cup and he like took a drink out of it, instead of dumping it out, he got burned. Like it was poison. And so now here comes Libra, all tempty and foxy and siren-y and like divine-y. And he's like, oh God, this has to be poison in my cup. It has to be. Nothing can be this good. And so he's all, and so that's why we have this like in out, hot cold thing. But with the 3 of rods and the 6 of rods, these are both action taking cards. So it would not surprise me if in the week ahead, her little bitty. Something, there will be something. You're not going to be ghosted. If you already know who this person is, because clearly we've already been tempted. We've already been tempted. We've already been speaking. You know, for some of you, a very small amount of you, there may have been dreams and you haven't met this person yet, but you have this like 5D, like he's around or she's around. I know it. I can feel it. And it's thundering outside. I love thunderstorms. It's my favorite. I should live in Seattle. Love the rain. I love it, love it, love it. I got sidetracked. So for some of you, you may not know them, but you're aware that your soulmate is near. And I'm saying soulmate because anybody who you have a connection with that you're going to remember for a long, long time or like changes you in whatever way on your path is a soulmate. There's life partners, and then there's life partner soulmates, and then there's like little catalyst soulmates, right? That's not this. This is someone who is getting all of your thoughts and vice versa. But just a little bitty, okay? Little bitty. So pulling out the Brian Froud's Fairies Oracle. Who do we have? What kind of characters do we have coming out for Libra this week, please? See what I'm saying? This is the Unity card. This is the one. This is, if you take the 2 cups, it kind of looks like a Caucasus, which is healing. And as EMS, obviously, I talk about that all the time. You know what a Caucasus is? The Thoth staff, and it has the snake up around it with the wings. I'll put something on my Facebook page so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Point is, this is a divine union. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody knows. Everybody in the situation knows. It's not like a secret. Except that nobody's talking about it. And nobody wants to admit it. And I think that maybe the feminine over here who is just dying to be like, I love you. And the masculine is like, I love you too, but you're going to kill me so, or you're going to hurt me, or I'm going to get burnt, or you're straight up poison. So no. But at the same time, I just got like an intuitive message too, because this card was attached to this card. They might be waiting for some kind of, because this is the masculine, they might be waiting for some kind of truth or some kind of rock solid, because I think they know. I mean, obviously, with this energy floating around, this divine union, this togetherness, okay? I just feel like they're like, I need another one. I need another clue. I need something else for me to believe. But then you have the Maiden, okay? So this is the new beginning. And this is what I'm saying, like, and with this patience, there's probably already been a lot of patience. And so this would probably be the change between it being an in-out, hot, cold thing to a new union where it becomes a union in whatever way, shape, or form, you know, because with the Maiden, I mean, she's just stinking adorable, okay? And she is one of my air sign people because she has the little wingies there. But this union or whatever this is new, but it's also full of hope, okay? So whether or not it's come together yet. There, with this patience and the temptation, there is hope of expansion, because what happens with a baby? They grow up, right? They get bigger. They get more solid. They learn how to walk. They start to have experiences. But as the, who is texting me? Stop. They're going to have all these experiences. But there's two cards here for waiting, okay? But notice that both of these action-taking rod cards, they're in ships. It's moving. It is moving. It's just slow as fuck. And I think that it's driving the feminine crazy. Except that with the Nine of Swords in reverse, I think the point is that I'm getting at here, that the week ahead is when it changes. It goes from patience and waiting and anxiety to bam, union. Okay? So I'm going to extend this on Vimeo, and I want to see how, and I want to see what happens. So if you're interested in following me over to Vimeo to extend this and see what's going on, we're going to unpack it. I'm super excited to see you over there. And if this is where we part ways, thanks for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you next week. Have a good one, ladies.